All right, this was fun. The new game mode. What am I talking about? The new event that came out, the Galactus Rumbo Jumbo thingamabobber. That thing is really cool because it reminds me of Candyland. I think that was the name of the game. It was like a board game when I was a kid. Maybe that's not the name of it, but it was. I hope you know what I'm talking about. If you look at the Galactus event, the board, I was excited when I first saw it because it just reminds me, like, I just love board games like that. Specifically, the one I was talking about, that was probably my favorite board game for a very long time when I was a kid. And yeah, it was great. But I was excited about the game mode. I thought the entire lobby, because the trailer, everyone was Punisher. I thought like the whole lobby was supposed to be one character, but maybe I didn't pay attention to the trailer fully, or I just forgot. But there's two characters. Obviously, my whole team went DPS, which just shows that everyone's a DPS player at heart. But unfortunately, you can't do that in this game. You can't run 6 DPS. You're gonna get rolled. Because once a team with higher IQ than you goes two tanks, two healers, or anything, even just one tank or one healer, you're getting rolled versus 6 DPS. Now, I did hear one random story of a team going 6 DPS and ranked. Maybe they were bronze. I don't know what rank they were. It was in the YouTube comment section. And apparently they destroyed the other team. How that's possible, I don't know. The other enemy supports and tanks must have been playing blindfolded because there's no way that happens in any reality. But yeah, so specifically, this specific match right here, obviously I chose Magic. Now, obviously, some person on the other team with a Trog brain chose Jeff. I mean, out of the entire roster, maybe I have the Trog brain. What is a Trog? You know, troglodytes. Trog, short for. I don't gotta explain myself. Point is, you know, Magic versus Jeff. We already know how this is gonna go. There's gonna be a lot of goblin. There's gonna be a lot of slicing. There's gonna be a lot of stuff going on here. It's kind of a perfect matchup if you really think about it. Jeff's just shooting stuff and floating around, swimming through structures, sucking stuff, paws like Kirby. Magic's just evading, dodging, going through portals, not getting sucked up, just avoiding everything. Now, I was kind of mad with my team. I'm gonna be honest with you. Every single time I played this 3 times for the challenge. You have to play it 3 times. It's a fun game mode in general, but I was kind of like worried. I was like, a whole lobby. If everybody in this lobby chose Magic, do you know how hectic that would have been? That's what I thought was gonna happen here. Cause I'm like, who in their right mind would choose Jeff over Magic? But then I realized some people are sweaty. So the other team, what I was gonna say, they look at this. 6 Magics on my team. 6. Enemy team has 3 Magics, 3 supports, 3 Jeffs. They actually have brain cells. Now, every match I played, the enemy team, like for some reason, there's always a DPS and then there's a support that gets picked. And for some reason, my team is always the team that picks the DPS. Not like that matters. The point is, what happens, I remember it was Hawkeye and Mantis. Other team had 3 Mantises, and we had straight Hawkeyes. And one dude went 0 and 8, 600 damage end of the match. Average damage of the Hawkeyes was like 4,000. How does that happen? How do you not swap off to Mantis? I don't get it. Like, I feel like I just, you know, my team eventually, luckily in this game, I'm not gonna spoil the outcome, but they luckily grew some brain skin, whatever you want to call it, some cerebral tissue. They grew some cerebral tissue, and things happened in a certain way. And I may or may not have been proud or disappointed by the things that are happening. You could just skip through the whole video and see what happened. But if you did that, you would be a coward. Now, why am I even talking right now? I don't know. There's really nothing to talk about. That dude on the enemy team, his name is For Democracy. Uh, he was kind of a threat. Then the other dude's name is Tiny PV Panice. We all know what that actually means. But for the sake of censorship and for, the, for the sake of keeping it for the family, we may not have to disclose that. That's just going to be a IYK. if you get what I'm trying to say there. You even a millennial should be able to understand that. Maybe they won't. Yeah, so I'm just I was disappointed with my team. I'm just like it felt like I was 1v6 in every time. Like why am I getting fuzz buddied in the middle of a thing? The whole like how am I even alive right now? We have no healers. Oh, now we have three Jeffs. But besides the point, I don't think I got a single heal right there. I don't know how I was alive. Maybe I did, and I'm just brain dead because I genuinely wasn't paying attention in this moment. And at that moment, it just felt like a 1v6. So the only thing I was paying attention of was staying alive, which I feel like I did a decent job at versus three Jeffs trying to spit on me and just paused. Uh, and three Magics just swinging their swords at me. And I will be honest, I felt like I was in a Fortnite lobby with straight default bots because there's nobody with a skin. No Jeff skins going on here. No Magic skins going on. There was one person on my team that had the same skin as me. Look at that goat right there to the left. Such a good skin, man. Such a good skin. But yeah, finally we capped the point back. I thought it was over with. I genuinely was. I wasn't gonna. I don't give up, but I was gonna give up. Jeff blocks the shot for the Magic. I don't know where bro came from. I'm gonna be honest with you. That Jeff swallowed my team up, and he killed himself. I don't know what happened there. How do you? What happened? Bro, what happened? How did he fall off the map alone? I'm actually lost. I'm puzzled. I'm flabbergasted. See that Jeff knows how to ult. He knows how to ult. He took a Jeff and a Magic with him. That's a positive trade, but it doesn't matter because I'm putting in work on his team, so it doesn't even matter, man. I got the trade right back. It don't even matter. They're down. I'm up. None of that mattered. Goldilocks in the grave. Now this is what happens, bro. This is now I'm trying to. This is why supports are important. Look at that. Once I had supports, I popped off. Now I need you to understand something. All of their magics are popping off. Why? Because they had supports the entire game. So that's why they're all popping off. I seem to be the only one popping off on my team. Blurry Face comes second. L Kickster was a good sport and swapped to Jeff because he realized that his team was decently brain dead. Kaizo was a great sportsman. He had a donut, and he knows that that's not his favorite dessert, so he decided to change things up. And Leyenda they just have a brain. I appreciate those three players a lot. I understand this game mode is not to be taken seriously, but I was trying to take this. This was my first time playing. Who wants to lose their first time in anything? Like loss, rejection, all that stuff is gonna happen. But who wants to do it like first time? Like first time? First time. Like I don't even know what to tell you, man. Just think about the first time you try to ask somebody out. If they said no to you, I mean they say the worst thing she could say is no, right? We all know that meme. And I get sucked up anyways. I try to avoid that. Pause. The worst thing she could say is no. We all know that. We all know that meme. That is not true at all. So, therefore, the worst thing you could do is lose. That's also not true. If I would have lost with six Magics because my team was just not going to switch to Jeff, even though they were doing bad, controller may or may not have gone back to the manufacturer within a week. But that's besides the point. Like Magic just feels like she's just so awesome to play. I mean, I remember when I first started the game, she was one of the first characters I tried, and I thought she was super fun. Like she just had such a fun kit, and I think I dropped like 30 kills in quick play back then. Before because you had to reach level 10 for ranked, so I was on a ranked level 10 grind. I mean, but yeah, I used to go crazy with her, and turns out, um, I got way better with her in time, and I climbed the gym and play her in GM, and I'm not gonna lie. I just thought maybe my tanks were bad, or I don't know what it was, bro. It was hard. Like sometimes I popped off with her. I'd say I popped off half the time with her. Other times I didn't. Right, in ranked, in GM. Turns out, bro, I had a lot to learn. For example, I did not know that she had the combos that she had. I now know all of her combos. I didn't even know she had all those crazy combos. And now that I know them, now that I know how to execute them, I say I do good with her 80% of the time. Obviously, there's some times where, you know, certain characters just it's just not going to work out with certain team comps that you have, and even if it might not even be the team comp, man, it just might be the players on your team are so buns, and you just can't carry like five people. Like I understand carrying one person, two people, right, that are doing bad, but it gets to a point where you have multiple people that weigh over 400 pounds. It's just too much in your backpack, bro. Like nobody, not even The Rock, could carry that on his back without getting some type of back damage, spinal deconstruction, medical assistant. Like you might need multiple stretchers. I don't know how I didn't get sucked up. Pause. You might need multiple stretchers at that point. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's a team game at the end of the day. It is a team game. So yeah, you could carry, but I mean, if you could carry five buns people, you might deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. But for Marvel Rivals, like a different category of Nobel Peace Prize, we might have to change the title of that. Now, one doofus switched off of Jeff, and so we got rolled. I think that's the case, but it doesn't matter because we're at 99. Everybody knows you get 99, and everything else just starts to decline for the enemy team. All that pressure's on their shoulders. They lose one team fight, it's over with. And we'll see what happens here. Maybe we lose the team fight, it's 1-1, but maybe you have IQ and you look at the length of the video and you think that we won this game. But maybe just maybe I quit the game mid-season. Mid-season, what am I talking about? Maybe I quit mid-game because my internet cut out. Who knows? Only the people that go make it to the end of the video will ever know. And yeah, you could skip through, but if you do, you got maximum 2 digits on your IQ score. I just know that for a fact. Now, that's besides the point though. We absolutely rolled him right there. Her ult is so fun to use. I hate when I use her ult and die immediately though. Like I use it around the corner in protection. I go out and I still die immediately sometimes. And it just makes me want to sit there and ponder life. You know what I mean? It just makes me want to reflect on life. I'm gonna let this play because it's amazing. You don't know how good it felt to get that MVP screen. It felt great. It felt amazing. Like getting that MVP screen right there is like 10 shots of dopamine. Like you might like I mean, first off, look at this, bro. 23 final hits. No one on my team has double digit final hits. 14,000 damage, almost double what the second highest damage on my team has. And uh, the enemy team stats probably are closer to what I had, but I can't even see because for some reason I went to a highlight. This was a highlight of the game. I don't know why I went to the highlight. Oh, I think because I had all of the badges. I had 3 badges. I know one was most damage, one was 4K, and one was most. It has to be most elims. Or that has to be what it is. Because what else would the third badge be? Most healing. Like magic could heal now, I guess. Like I mean, most block damage. I mean, the demon don't block down much damage. Come on now. I mean, unless I'm just tanking everything, but